Hi, I'm Dr. Heather Moore, owner of Total Performance Physical Therapy. We are going to discuss the best way to sleep, or the best sleep positions for lower back pain. So when you start to sleep, it should be a recovery time. It should be a time where your body's able to rejuvenate. You should wake up feeling better. Unfortunately, that's not always the case, and a lot of times that is just because of how you set yourself up when you're sleeping. So if you go to bed and you feel good and you wake up with low back pain, there's some issues. First, we do have to talk about your mattress. Is your mattress too old? So you want to make sure that it's not a decade old, or there's not springs popping up out of it, or whatever. So if that's the case and you have a fairly newer mattress, you want to then look at how you're sleeping. So having a new mattress is not always the end-all be-all solution. So I don't want to start that off and say, just go get a new mattress, it's easy and that'll solve all your back pain, because that's not the case. Because if you have lower back pain, you should not sleep on your stomach. That is one of the positions that you want to avoid. It is really important not to lay on your stomach. It puts your back in extension and really gives you a lot of problems when it comes to being able to sleep in the correct position without rotation or putting extra stress on that back. So avoid stomach sleeping. I know people say I can't do it, but if you're waking up with low back pain, you can wind up not only having low back pain, but wind up herniating a disc or really injuring yourself further just in your sleep. So, and I know there's people out there that will argue and say you can set things up. It's really not worth it, honestly. The back is not, or the stomach is not the way to sleep when you have lower back pain. And so how should you sleep? So the best way to sleep when you have lower back pain is on your back. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but it is really the best way to sleep. And when you're talking about sleeping on your back, I'm not talking about laying down flat. So if you wind up sleeping like this, you're going to wind up hurting your back even more, because of what happens is, again, you're going to get this arch in your back, and it's not going to be in this neutral spine. So you want to make sure that you have this neutral spine. And how you're going to do that is you're going to put things, pillows, whatever, underneath your knees. Now, the biggest mistake people make is that they prop their legs up, but they'll prop their legs up on some pillows. So when they put their legs on top of it, the pillows kind of deflate a little bit, and it compresses everything, and they wind up having this extended leg out almost, even though there's pillows underneath your knees. You want to make sure that whatever you put underneath your legs is firm enough to support your entire leg. It's firm enough so that you're able to maintain this position where your back is in neutral, and that you're able to sleep comfortably, okay? Really important to not have anything underneath your knees that when you put pressure on, they sink down. So having this support, support underneath your knees and your legs is really important. You can get one of these off of Amazon. It doesn't have to be like this, but just make sure whatever you do, you have that support that doesn't shrink when you put your legs on it. You also want to make sure that you have a pillow that is nice and almost flat, okay? You want to have your head not up like this really high. You want to make sure that this pillow is, in fact, nice and supportive, but not so much that you're either too flat so your head is arching back, or that you're too pushed up so that your head is forward. So make sure that you have this nice, comfortable position. You can put 2 pillows underneath your arms also, if that helps you. And that may be something you need to do in the beginning if you are unable to stay in one spot at night. Putting more pillows around you helps to keep you sedentary, helps to keep you in that position. So make sure that you have those, the setup that you need. You still may roll, you still may kick everything out, but start with this setup, so at least you are setting yourself up for success. Now, that's the best way you should sleep if you have lower back pain. The next way you can position yourself is on your side. So you can lay on your side. Now, this requires just, I would say, 2 pillows that you want to make sure that you have. And if you're a female, you may want to have 3. You want to have a pillow that's thick enough to cover this space. So from here to here, it's called a side sleeper pillow. You want to make sure that it's thick enough to cover that much space. And you want to make sure that when you lay down, your head basically looks like this. You don't want it dropping down. You don't want it to be elevated. You don't want to have to scrunch your pillow up with your shoulder and hold it there like this. So make sure whatever you do, you have a pillow that is this thick. And so when you lay on your side, you want to lay on your side. Now, a lot of people like to do some sort of 3/4 side back type of positioning, which is not okay, because this is putting a lot of twisting and a lot of compression on your spine, and you don't want to do that. So you want to lay directly on your spine. And again, these pillows are terrible, so don't emulate these pillows, but you want to lay on your side. And then you want to have a pillow in between your knees. This is really important, and actually in between your ankles. So that way your hips are able to stay in alignment and your legs aren't pulling your pelvis down. So you're not flexing or lateral flexing when you're going to sleep. So you want to make sure you have a pillow in between your knees and your ankles, so you're able to maintain that position. Now, if you're a female and you have nice curvy hips, you might want to have a little towel or something underneath here. So again, your back isn't drooping down into the surface, the bed surface. That's the second best way that you can sleep if you cannot sleep on your back and you cannot tolerate it. But because of the fact that people tend to roll onto one side or the other, that's not the best position to sleep in, because you can wind up twisting. Be aware that down pillows, pillow top mattresses, all the things that are soft when you lay on them are generally not recommended for your back. You need support. You need something that's going to support your joints, your ligaments, and your muscles. So don't always give in to those, oh, it feels so comfortable in the store. It's generally not the best thing for you for your lower back pain. If you or someone you know is suffering from low back pain and wants a free consultation with a doctor of physical therapy, all you have to do is call our office at 215-997-9898, and we'll be happy to fit you in. Thanks, and have a good night.